Let's talk about the modern mirage we're all chasing. We are obsessed with the how of success. If you look at the best-selling books or the most viral videos today, they all promise the same thing. A new system, a 5 a.m. routine, a specific way to organize your tasks, a secret networking strategy. We treat success like a mechanical lock. If we just find the right combination of external actions, the door will swing open and we'll finally be there. But have you noticed something? We have more how-to guides than any generation in human history. Yet, we are also the most anxious, distracted, and unfulfilled. We've reached a point where people are achieving the success they dreamed of, the promotion, the car, the following, only to realize they feel exactly the same as they did before. Or worse, they feel more fragile because now they have something to lose. This is because most people are ignoring the most fundamental secret to success. It's a secret that was mastered 2,000 years ago in the streets of Athens and the palaces of Rome. The secret isn't a tactic. It's a shift in your internal architecture. It's the radical realization that success is not an event that happens to you. It is a state of being that you cultivate within you. We have to address the fallacy of the finish line. The finish line. The biggest lie we've been told is that success is a destination. We think, once I get that job, I'll be successful. Or, once I have a certain amount in the bank, I'll finally be at peace. The Stoics, particularly Seneca, saw right through this. Seneca was one of the wealthiest men in Rome, an advisor to emperors, and a brilliant playwright. He had everything the world says you should want. And yet, he spent his life warning people that wealth and status are what he called indifference. They aren't bad, but they aren't good either. They are just tools. The secret people ignore is the dichotomy of control. Most people tie their definition of success to things they do not own. If your success depends on your boss liking you, or the market staying up, or people praising your work, you aren't successful. You're a hostage. You are at the mercy of luck. Think of it like an archer. An archer can choose the best bow. They can maintain their equipment. They can practice their stance for a decade. They can aim with perfect precision. But the moment the arrow leaves the string, the archer's job is over. A gust of wind can blow it off course. The target could move. If the archer's happiness depends on hitting the target, they are at the mercy of the wind. But if their happiness depends on firing the best shot possible, they are invincible. Are you focusing on the shot, or are you crying about the wind? The power of voluntary hardship. Success requires us to embrace the power of voluntary hardship. In a world designed for comfort, the most successful people are those who are not afraid to be uncomfortable. Most people spend their lives running away from pain, stress, and difficulty. They want the success without the squeeze. But Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, reminded himself in his journals that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This is the secret of amorati, a love of fate. Most people ignore this because it sounds counterintuitive. Why would you love it when things go wrong? Because the Stoic understands that an obstacle isn't a wall, it's a weight in a gym. Without the resistance of the weight, the muscle cannot grow. When you stop viewing failure as something that is stopping you, and start viewing it as the literal fuel for your growth, you become unstoppable. While everyone else is waiting for the storm to pass, the successful person is learning how to sail in the wind. Success isn't the absence of problems, it's the mastery over them. We also need the discipline of our own perception. To master the discipline of our own perception. The world is objective. It's our labels that make it good or bad. This is the secret that governs your daily energy. Most people ignore the fact that they are the narrators of their own lives. They allow their emotions to dictate the story. Epictetus, who was born a slave and became one of the most influential teachers in history, said people are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them. If you lose your job, that is a fact. Whether that fact is a tragedy or a new beginning depends entirely on your perception. If you label it a tragedy, you will be paralyzed. If you label it a new beginning, you will be energized. By maintaining a neutral, objective perception, you save an incredible amount of mental energy. Most people are exhausted because they are fighting war against reality every day. They are upset that it's raining, upset that there's traffic, or upset that people are being difficult. The successful person accepts reality as it is and then moves forward. They don't waste time wishing things were different. They use their energy to make things better. There's a secret to becoming truly fearless. The dark side of success is the fear of losing it. Most people who make it live in paranoia, terrified of a market crash or a ruined reputation. The Stoic antidote is premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. By visualizing the loss of your wealth and status, you realize that your inner citadel, your character, remains untouched. When the worst-case scenario no longer scares you, you become free to take bigger risks and live more honestly. True success is needing nothing to be okay. Success as service. The beehive principle. We must view success as a form of service. Modern culture treats success as a solo race. But the Stoics knew better. Marcus Aurelius believed that what is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee. Success built purely on ego eventually feels hollow. True lasting power comes from contribution. When you shift from "how can I get more" to "how can I be more useful," the world opens doors for you. Success isn't about being better than everyone else. It's about being the best version of yourself for the common good. How to take the first step today. So, how do we take the first step? The secret is simple. You are the project. Stop waiting for the perfect circumstances. Success is just focusing on what you control, reframing obstacles as fuel, and maintaining your character when things go wrong. If you master your mind, you've already won the only prize that matters, your own peace. Today, don't ask if you're winning. Ask if you're being disciplined, courageous, and calm. If you are, you're already ahead of the pack. If this shifted your perspective, tell me in the comments what obstacle will you reframe today. Subscribe to join us in seeking truth over noise. The world can take your possessions, but it can never take your perspective. Be stoic and stay unbreakable.